Hello friends, how are you all doing? In today's video, we are going to learn how to speed up rendering in Blender. We'll go through the complete settings step by step so your render time will be reduced while keeping the best quality. So, let's get started. This scene is extremely heavy because I used the city generator add-on. But in this video, we'll see how to render such a heavy scene in less time. By adjusting the settings step by step, we'll make the render faster while maintaining the output quality. This scene is very heavy, even the preview doesn't run properly, so I have to hide objects from the viewport. Now, let's start with the settings. First, go to the top menu and click on Edit, then open Preferences. Inside the System tab, change it from None to Optix, and make sure to enable your Save the preferences, and set the device to GPU now. If we render just one frame to test, we can see how much time it takes. As you can see, just one sample took 45 seconds to render. That means the scene is still very heavy. So, let's move forward and optimize the settings further. Then we'll check again to see how much time the render takes now. Now, let's move on to the sample settings. By default, the samples are set to 4096, which is way too high. We can lower them according to our needs, for example around 150 or a bit more. I'm reducing the samples here because my machine is a bit slow. Next, let's adjust the threshold. By default, it's set to 0.01, which makes the render quite slow. We'll set it to 0.08 so the render becomes faster. Now, if we test again to see how much time it takes to render one frame, we can already notice an improvement compared to before. But we won't stop here. We'll continue to optimize the settings in every possible way to get the maximum speed. The result is almost the same as before, but this time the render took much less time. If it used to take around half an hour before, now it's completed in just about 10 minutes. Next, let's move to the denoiser settings. Here we'll select Optix so that the CPU isn't heavily loaded and the GPU does the work. If you have a good GPU enabling, this is essential because it makes the render much faster. Next, go to the light settings and turn off the light tree, as it also takes a lot of time. Then, set light path to fast global, which will make our render time much faster. Under performance settings, turn on persistent data. What this does is it prevents the data from the first frame from being reloaded in the following frames. It reuses the same data, which speeds up the render significantly. After that, go to the compositor settings and select GPU. Next, let's render one frame and see how much difference it made and how much the render time has been reduced. Now the render is a bit faster. If this frame completed fully, the next frame would be twice as fast. But we need to speed it up even more. For this, turn on Simplify, reduce subdivisions, lower the texture sizes, and sometimes use viewport rendering. This will make the overall render much faster. Next, we'll increase the light path even more to make the render faster. We increase it gradually and test by rendering each frame to see what results we get. Now the render has become much faster. What used to take 40 seconds for just one sample, now 7 samples are rendered in 18 seconds. You can see that the render speed has improved significantly. Now our one frame completes in just 1 minute, which used to take hours before. If you want, you can increase the light path a bit more, but this will affect the quality. Next, we need to hide large and heavy objects in the viewport. And let me tell you, this doesn't work with the H shortcut. You need to use a different method to hide them. Now we'll hide the heavy objects and then check the render time to see how long it takes to complete one frame. Next, we'll set Fast GI Approx to 1 in both the viewport and render settings to make the render even faster. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment. I'd be glad if it helped even a little. And if you found the video boring, I apologize. Thank you.